Hi, everybody. It's Amy Caroline. It's Amy Caroline again. Welcome back to a brand new video and welcome back to my channel. So, it is time for more ghost train stories to put on the Travel Channel. Um, it's been it's been a very busy day today. It's been a very busy day today, but it's been a very busy day today. Anyway, it's been a very busy day today. And right now, I am going to to do some more ghost train stories, and then I'm going to show you guys an example from the I'm going to show you guys another example from the TV show Haunted Hotels again, and it will give you an idea of what Ghost Train should look like on the Travel Channel if you ever get a chance to put it on there. Okay, those of you who work for the Travel Channel, um 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 those of you who work for the Travel Channel, if you got a chance to watch the other Ghost Train videos that I did last week and 3 days ago and 2 days ago and the other day and stuff like that, please go check it out. Please go check it out. And be sure you watch this video too that I'm about to do also, okay? So, today's ghost train story is called The Ghostly Lovers. So, this takes place in West Virginia and North Carolina. Um, um, the ghostly lovers. Here we go. For whatever reason, West Virginia and North Carolina seem to be the states with the most ghostly train stories. Another chiller from West Virginia concerns the B&O, the B&O line from Morgantown to Raltsburg. It seems that once many years ago, a Raltsburg woman was earning money by working in Pittsburgh as a domestic while living in Pittsburgh. Um, um, the 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 she began dating a young man from her hometown area and fell in love. She thought he loved her too, but when she found out she was pregnant, the young man refused to marry her. So, alone and in trouble, the only thing she could do was go home to her family in disgrace. As she be, eh, 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 as she rode homeward, she started to think about the horror of her position. She wasn't even sure if her family would take her, and uh, un, eh, eh, okay, an unwed mother to be in. She was almost home. The train was following the Cheat River, north of Raltsburg. The girl went out on the platform to get some air. It was a beautiful night lit by a full moon. The train was passing some caverns along the river. The girls, still out on the platform, looked down the embankment into the rushing waters, feeling desolate and hopeless. She jumped. The young man was crushed with shame when he heard of his girlfriend's suicide. Soon afterward, he went home too. Um, 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 On the year of the anniversary of her death, he went to the caverns along the river. He was found days later drowned on the bottom of the Cheat River across from the spot where the girl killed herself. Old railroad men say that on the night of the full moon, the ghost of the dead girl rises as a cold mist. It hovers for a minute until another mist rises from the Cheat River. The mists merge together, drift upward, and fade away. So the ghostly lover, the ghost of the dead girl, the girl actually rises as a cold mist. It hovers for a minute until another mist rises from the Cheat River. The mists merge together, drift and upward, and fade away. Anyway, it doesn't say what year this was, but I think 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 it takes place in 1909 and 1909 and 1909, like maybe like in the early 1900s. Like in the early 1900s, I think it takes place in the early 1900s, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, the ghostly the ghostly lovers, the ghostly lovers does takes place in West Virginia, in West Virginia, from Morgantown to Raltsburg. Anyway, it takes place in West Virginia. Anyway, this story too has to go back in time also, and it has to show the ghost of the girl, and it has to show it has to show the woman going back. It has to show the story going back in time. A Raltsburg woman was earning money by working in Pittsburgh as a domestic. While living in Pittsburgh, she began dating a young man from her hometown area and fell in love. She thought he loved her too, but when she found out she was pregnant, the young man refused to marry her. So alone and in trouble, the only thing she could do was go home to her family in disgrace. So the story has to go back in time. And it has to show the story going back in time, as well as the ghost of the girl rising as a cloud of mist and fog. Okay, all right. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Um, and I'm going to I'm gonna show you guys an example from haunted hotels, and it will give you an idea of what Ghost Train should look like on the Travel Channel if you guys can ever get it on there, okay? All right. So please enjoy this. Here we go, folks.
In old inns or stately homes are sometimes greeted with a ghost story, which can be charming or terrifying, depending on how the spirit moves them, and which room the spectre chooses to haunt. There are hotels in which the supernatural is every day. A hostelry where dead men really do tell tales.
Those eyes, those milky eyes, just kept drawing him in.
A hotel where a phantom's embrace leaves visitors gasping for breath.
It's a spirit that comes from the front and passes right through and leaves them.
And a guest house which is home to a little girl who is 12 years old forever.
She hates lights. She likes it when it's nice and dark.
Explore another side of the distant past, where ghosts search the night for answers and departed spirits walk once more. Older cities can be great for weekend breaks. Historic houses, cobblestone streets, comforting reminders of a simpler time. But in a haunted hotel, history really does come alive, and in rather unsettling ways. Nestled among groves of walnut trees, the Snowball Mansion Inn is the pride of Knights Landing, California. According to innkeepers Cheryl and James Furing, in the 1870s, this Victorian Italianate villa was the grandest building in town.
Snowball Mansion is a very elegant lady facing the Sacramento River.
A little more than 100 kilometers northeast of San Francisco, this former family home delights guests with comfort and tradition. Its furnishings taken straight from the Victorian era.
We tried to make a guest feel that they were stepping back in time.
The mansion was built to last, constructed entirely from mud brick.
The mud was taken from the river, and it took 5 years for all the bricks to be made. Even the interior walls are brick.
Walls built to last for centuries. Walls that once muted an anguished cry, that now echoes through time. The haunting story of Snowball Mansion began more than a century ago, in the 1870s, when a businessman called John Snowball built this house for his bride, Lucy.
John and Lucy Snowball were very happy together. They spent a lot of their time in their home and enjoying the grounds, reading in the grove. The sound came from the land.
Before long, the couple was blessed with a daughter. For Lucy, the child was welcome company when John's business took him far from home.
I don't think it was easy for Lucy, and her husband was away on business a lot. So when he returned home, it was a special time for her to spend time with him.
Each time John returned from a trip, Lucy delighted in hearing about his travels. But on one night, this simple pleasure would rob the couple of their greatest joy.
John had just returned from his trip, and Lucy was glad to see him. She went in to spend some time with him after putting the baby down.
So I went home
Lucy had intended to spend the night in her room next to the nursery, but the long day had taken its toll. She fell asleep beside John instead, listening to stories from his recent trip. Lucy slept peacefully, never dreaming of the dangers this night would hold for her infant daughter.
The walls being brick, they're very well insulated, so noise does not travel in a brick house.
In the morning, Lucy woke up and realized she had slept through the night in a bed far from her daughter's crib.
She immediately ran to check on the baby.
That night, the earthen bricks of their solid, secure home had muffled the cries of their child in the nursery.
That's where she found the baby.
John!
And the baby was not breathing.
Their daughter had died during the night.
When Lucy found her child dead, she was devastated and she blamed herself for not being in her room to hear the baby.
Lucy laid her daughter to rest, but her grief stayed with her. John struggled to lift his wife out of her sorrow, but the cheerful young woman he had married was gone.
I don't think Lucy ever forgave herself for losing her child. I think she felt guilty her whole life and went into a deep depression that she really never came out of. She stayed home and became a recluse. Lucy spent a lot of time in the nursery. For weeks, they would find her in there, sitting by the crib.
Though she lived into her 70s, Lucy Snowball took her grief with her to the grave. And according to some, even death has not brought Lucy peace. Ghostly events have led some to see her home in a different light. It seems that ghosts are guests who never leave, troubled spirits never at peace. Many visitors to California's Snowball Mansion Inn believe the spirit of Lucy Snowball still wanders, grieving for the daughter who died in the nursery so long ago.
All the children in Knight's Landing think it's the haunted house.
Even the current owners feel there is more to this mansion than meets the eye.
The oddest feelings is when the windows rattle.
It's common for the windows of old houses to rattle in the wind. But at Snowball Mansion, the pattern is most uncommon.
The windows will start rattling one at a time upstairs, and they'll go across the front of the house, down the house, to the front door, and around the side of the house. People that aren't used to it or have never seen it are quite startled by it.
Those who hear Lucy's sad story believe they know the reason for the shuddering windows.
It seems sometimes that Lucy attempts to awaken guests so that they can check on their family to prevent maybe another tragedy.
Lucy's warnings can take many forms: rattling doors and windows, smoke detector alarms. They say sometimes she even comes to the front door.
In the early evening, at dusk, the doorbell will ring, and I've gone to answer the door, and nobody's there. I'll step out onto the porch, look around, nobody's there. And you kind of get an odd little feeling.
Some guests report that Lucy's activities go far beyond rattling windows and ringing bells.
About 25 years ago, a renter lived in that room, and he started seeing Lucy appearing to him.
It always happened in the middle of the night when she would come, and he would wake up and see her. It made him feel very uncomfortable, and he eventually moved.
Recent guests at the inn say they've spotted Lucy, still trying to do the best for her baby.
Guests told us that Lucy's ghost had come through the wall where a doorway leading into the nursery had once been. I believe Lucy is still in the house because she has never really gotten over the loss of her child. She is still roaming these 3 rooms.
Guests sense Lucy's spirit is veiled in sorrow. But on rare occasions, ghostly events seem to hark back to happier times.
There's been reports from some of our guests that they've heard old-fashioned music coming from the old ballroom upstairs.
And if Snowball Mansion's owners are right, Lucy is not alone. Another spirit is there to comfort her forever.
I'm sure if Lucy Snowball spirit is here, that John Snowball spirit is here also, at Lucy's side.
While some spirits seem to be able to draw comfort from those around them, others appear fated to more solitary pursuits, taking their secrets with them to the grave and beyond.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You see how the story went back in time. Did you see of how the story went back in time? Well, and also did you see of how did you see the spirits and the ghosts and the spirits appear there? Did you see them how did you see of how they appeared there? They appeared there on the screen. Well, did you see the ghost of the apparitions and the spirits appear? And the story going back in time and stuff like that. Well, that is what the ghostly lovers needs to do. That's what the TV show Ghost Train has to do. Okay, that is what the ghostly lovers and Ghost Train has to do. Okay, all right. So anyway. That is what the ghostly lovers has to do when Ghost Train gets put on the Travel Channel. Okay, all right. So that's what the ghostly lovers and that's what Ghost Train has to do when you put it on the Travel Channel, all right? When you guys put it on the Travel Channel, that's what it has to do, okay? All right? So, I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I hope you guys enjoyed the example. Please watch my other videos I did, and also please watch this video. And give this video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would like to, and ring the bell. And I'll be back in a few minutes or later this evening if I have time for more Ghost Train stories and more ghost stories for you guys, okay? Okay, bye, and happy haunted travels to you guys, and happy ghost hunting and happy ghost watching, okay? Okay, bye everybody. Bye.